So if I had this little angle here where there's nothing, I could actually have him scoot up a little higher for pec major. I don't want his back on the headrest, but just enough so I can have him go down. So I'd let just the weight of his arm go down, and if it goes away, it's down here, obviously. I don't need to do that stretch, but most people will be like straight out, and they think, oh my gosh, that's tight. Or you can feel with your fingertips, right? Like how tight the fibers are. And if I just palpate, I can feel that, you know, I feel the tension in pec major, but when I come up here, I can feel, it feels like a piece of rebar here for pec minor is really tight. So I know that's really more of a thing. And I can also incorporate the bicep by just turning his arm this direction. So if the thumb's up, now it's his bicep. And we can, it's the same principle of everything. So go palm up to do pec, and we're gonna change the angle for pec minor. And then we'll let the weight of his arm go down. I'm not pushing, I'm just providing a barrier for him to resist against. I might keep my other hand here so I can feel what's going on and make sure that, you know, I'm watching his face, making sure that there's no scrunching of the face and that he's breathing and everything's good. So how does it feel with no resistance? Are you okay hanging here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to start gradually resisting up, using your muscles here to push against my hand here. And I'm not gonna let you. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. And he's already fallen off my hand, right? Big breath in. And on the exhale, bring your arm, the back of your hand down towards the floor. So he's already gone 2 inches from where he was. So I'm gonna meet him there and tell him to relax. Keep breathing, but resist up against me for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Big breath in when you're ready. And on the exhale, stretch. So he already went away from me that much. All right, and then I'll probably just end it there. But you could keep going if you really had somebody with tight. And so the resistance should go towards his hip at that angle. That's what he's envisioning, is going towards the opposite hip. When we're doing pec major, it's just going across your body. So that's a popular one. But I could turn him, say, on his side and do the same thing a different way. So I'd have him put his arm behind his head. That's our starting position. I want to make sure he's on his shoulder, actually the bottom one, so if you need your hand to get in position, I actually want you like on your shoulder, the one on the table, instead of collapsed forward or collapsed back. If they're laying down and they're on their scapula, they're not on their side, and it's going to work differently. Does that hurt your shoulder?
No.
Okay. Now we'll go back to hand behind the head. So it depends which one. So if I'm doing pec major, I might just start like this. And if I'm doing pec minor, I might want to come like this. So my one hand is going to be on the back of the scapula, and I might use my hip to tuck my elbow in for resistance to make sure he's there, instead of just trying to with the arm out like that. So I come in, and that makes him feel more stable too. And then with pec, whether they're laying down or they're going forward, you usually don't need your whole body strength, like, because I'm going to be stronger than him because of the positioning. So I could do pec major just by having him go straight towards the wall. So he would stretch back as far as he can on his own. I probably place a barrier in there and then relax. And then he's gonna start resisting. The same position, but just so you can tell the difference. Now, instead of going straight towards the wall, you're gonna go straight towards your hip that's on the table. And I'm gonna just change my angle a little bit like this for resistance. So you can go ahead and resist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax, no movement. Big breath in, and on the exhale, you can stretch out and up. And relax. I'm gonna put him back just to protect him there. So do you feel the different fibers when we change the angle of your resistance?
Yeah.
Much different?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we can do side lying afterward to be nice to him, just relax totally. You know, this isn't the PNF stuff, but since you're here and you want to learn some stuff, just rocking this shoulder so his clavicle is going like this, and my fingertips are just subclavicular musculature, and I can rock up and down while following that whole line up into the insertion, back and forth, or I can rotate it into it. This is all working the front part, and I can go right on that tight pec minor, go back and forth, go back and forward, and just try to make it nice. And I can do the same thing. I can pin on his upper trap and roll into it. And I can work on all those things. Infraspinatus, supraspinatus, or spinatus. I can do like a pin the teres minor and stretch, doing active release therapy, right? There's so many different things you can do. If I want to do that torso stretch that we did in the chair, another way to do that would be to move the arm this direction, just let it naturally fall this way. The other hand goes on their hip, and I can pull them into a stretch this direction. Or I can stretch the torso from the lower limb, so you can put your arm wherever it feels comfortable. But I can bring the leg off this way and come down off the table, then it becomes like hip abduction. Or I can turn his whole torso and go across and get into quadratus lumborum.